Shakur Stevenson comes to Devin Haney's rescue. He says the only reason Haney lost last Saturday night is because Ryan Garcia cheated, and he knows he cheated coming in the weigh-in 3 pounds overweight. We're going to talk about everything Shakur had to say. I'm going to give y'all my thoughts on what Shakur had to say. But before we do all that, make sure y'all hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook on it. Now, before I even start this video off, I want to let all you internet keyboard thugs know this is not a video for y'all to have a free-for-all and get off on Shakur Stevenson. I think it's weird when y'all be doing that to any fighter. A lot of y'all take it too far, so this ain't one of them videos. But yeah, I'm going to keep it a buck like I do with every fighter. So the fighters can take it how they want to, and the fans can take it how they want to. But I'm going to keep it a buck. Now, like I said, everybody saw the fight last Saturday night. I was one of the only ones that was telling everybody that, you know, they need to stop shitting on Ryan Garcia. They not giving Ryan enough credit. Ryan could go in here and really do something bad to Devin Haney. Now, I never picked the winner. I said it was going to be a 50-50 fight. I said I could see Devin Haney winning on the scorecards, or I could see Ryan doing something real bad to Devin and knocking him out. And the fight should have been stopped. So I wasn't surprised on how the fight went. I was just surprised with how much punishment Devin Haney continued to take. And he was a warrior, man. He kept coming back. So like I said before, shout out to Devin for being able to fight through the adversity and get up every time and try his best. But we all seen what happened. Now, before that, of course, everybody knows that Ryan Garcia came in 3 pounds overweight. And I wouldn't with that, because if you sign up for a weight, if you got to fight at 145, if you fight at 140, it don't matter what the weight is, you should make that weight. It's all about being professional. But hey, Ryan was a man of his word. He paid Devin Haney $1.5 million for missing the weight, right? He also paid more money because he missed the weight. The $1.5 million was only the money that he had to pay Devin Haney from a personal bet that they had. So however much weight that Ryan had to pay within the contract, I don't know what that was. I heard it was like $600,000 or something like that. I don't know what it was. But all in all, that means Ryan Garcia probably had to pay Devin damn near $2 million or over $2 million for missing weight. Devin was cool with it. They didn't have a problem with it. And they was even still talking shit, saying that it didn't matter. They was going to knock Ryan Garcia the hell out. They was going to make him quit on the stool. Shakur Stevenson, he didn't have a problem with it. He didn't say nothing. He was still confident that Devin Haney was going to beat the hell out of Ryan Garcia and get him up out of there. But of course, once Devin Haney got beat on like he did, all the excuses started rolling in. And this is boxing. We expect the excuses to come no matter what. If Ryan had a weighed in on weight, it still would have been people making excuses why Devin Haney lost. And I also understand it ain't one-sided, because if Ryan had to win in there and got his ass beat, it would have been thousands of people coming out with excuses on why Devin beat Ryan. It is what it is. But it shocked and surprised me when some of these excuses start coming from Shakur Stevenson, somebody that everybody in the boxing world thought was an enemy of Devin Haney, because Devin Haney has done everything in his power to slander Shakur Stevenson's name. And if you ask me, I think Devin is one of the main ones with the narratives that he ran with that had all the fans turn on Shakur Stevenson, right? So it surprised and shocked me, because I never thought that I would see Shakur come to Devin Haney's aid in multiple ways. When all of the boxing fans on social media start getting on Devin Haney's helmet, making memes out of him, dogging him out, you know how it goes in this boxing shit. One day you up, everybody on your nuts. The next day you're down and everybody clowning you. And you know that a lot of these keyboard warriors that ain't gonna never show their face, they go too far. They don't have no filter because they live off of stuff like this. but a lot of it was warranted. A lot of people was just holding Devin accountable for the things he said leading up to this fight. And Shakur was just like, hey, I'm not with that shit. I could do that, but I'm not with no sucker shit like that. And I couldn't do nothing but respect it, even though I looked at the situation. If it was me, I would have been on Devin Hellman, because all of the disrespect, low down, dirty shit that Devin has done to Shakur, all the lies, all the narratives that he didn't put on Shakur's name, hey, I would have been on Devin Hellman. But Shakur, he was the bigger man, and all I could do was respect that. Shakur decided to actually stand up for Devin and take some of them bullets that was being shot at Devin. And that just let me know that deep down inside, Shakur still cherished the relationship that him and Devin used to have before they fell out. But like I said, to my surprise, recently, Shakur has been very vocal about the way he feels Ryan Garcia won the fight. Shakur says the only reason that Ryan beat Devin Haney is because he flat out cheated. He says if Ryan Garcia hadn't cheated, coming in 3 pounds over, it wouldn't have been the same outcome. And he said this on several different occasions. And when you had people point out and say, you missed weight against Robinson Conceição, so does it mean that you cheated when you fought Robinson Conceição because you missed weight by like 1.5 pounds? And his answer to that is no, because he only missed weight by 1.5 pounds, and 3 pounds is much, much, much more. He said 3 pounds is crazy. 3 pounds give you a crazy advantage. If Shakur missed weight by 1.5 pounds and Ryan missed weight by 3 pounds, that's only an extra 1.5 pounds. Now, I do understand what Shakur was saying, that once you already struggling to make weight and you dehydrated, every pound gets harder and harder to cut. So I understood what Shakur was trying to say. But then to say that the man cheated when Devin Haney took the $1.5 million, when Devin wasn't complaining about it until after the fight, I'm not feeling that. Also, like I said before, Shakur, you wasn't complaining about it, talking about, nah, Devin don't need to fight him, he's 3 pounds over. Y'all was still confident until Devin went out there and got his ass beat down. So Shakur goes on to say that what Ryan did is he let Devin totally dehydrate himself trying to make the weight. And on the other end, he didn't have to totally dehydrate himself trying to make the weight. He stopped cutting weight at the weight that he felt comfortable at. So what I say to that is both fighters had 38 hours in between fight time. They had 38 hours to fully hydrate. So are you saying that one fighter in Devin Haney came in the ring and he still wasn't fully hydrated and he still wasn't 100%? And Ryan Garcia, he came in the ring 100% and he was fully hydrated? Because in those 38 hours up until the fight kicked off, for that to be a factor, that would mean that Devin Haney still did not recover from being dehydrated. He still hadn't recovered from the weight cut, and Ryan Garcia, he was fully recovered. So you saying that one man was 100% in Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was not 100% healthy coming into the fight because of the weight cut. That's the only way that would be a factor. So all I was asking, is that what you saying, Shakur? And everybody else that's making that an excuse. Because what I saw is I saw two men get in that ring on Saturday night and both of them was fully rehydrated and both of them was 100% healthy. Devin Haney was dancing in the locker room and he looked completely 100% healthy and energetic to me. Because if you still feeling the effects, you're not finna be dancing around in the locker room. You ain't finna be doing all of that if you dehydrated still. So make it make sense to me. Also, this totally contradicts something that Shakur Stevenson has been on record saying on multiple occasions, and that is size don't matter. It's about the skills. He said it don't matter how much you weigh. If you got the skills, skills is always going to prevail. So now does size matter? Because You've been on record saying this on several different occasions when people ask you about moving up to 140 pounds or fighting somebody at 147. You saying that you got the skills to beat these guys because it ain't about the size, it's about the skills. When we saw Floyd Mayweather's whole career, it definitely wasn't about no size with Floyd. It was about the skills because Floyd used to come in the ring weighing the same amount that he walked around at. Yeah, Floyd was fighting at his walk-around weight when everybody else was fighting way bigger than him. So now what is it? I'm just saying, my dog, you the one that said this, Shakur. And another thing, does that mean that Devin Haney was cheating in every fight that he fought? Does that mean that Devin cheated against Regis Prograis? Because in the contract that he had with Regis Prograis, Devin couldn't come in the fight weighing no 165. They had it in contract and Regis said that himself. So does that mean that Devin only beat Regis because of how big he was? Does that mean that Devin only beat Kambosos because it's how big he was? Because every fight that Devin ever went into, he was the bigger man by a bunch. I mean, he outweighed Regis Prograis on fight night by like 15 pounds. So are you saying to me, if Devin had not outweighed Regis Prograis on fight night by like 15 pounds, that outcome would have been different? See, if you're saying that Ryan Garcia is a cheater, you got to call Devin Haney a cheater too. Now it's all of a sudden, he was 3 pounds over and he cheated. And like I said, once again, I don't agree with the man missing weight, but I don't think it had nothing to do with the weight. And Shakur, let's keep it a buck. You said it was skills and skills pay the bills. And if you go back and watch the fight, you'll see that Devin Haney didn't have the defensive skills that he needed to win that fight. Let's keep it a buck. It had nothing to do with weight that made Devin Haney drop his hands when he throwing his jab. That made Devin Haney try to hook with a hooker. That made Devin Haney throw wide looping shots and leave his whole face wide open. It was his defensive flaws that continuously got him hurt in that fight. Not because Ryan came in the weigh-in 3 pounds over. That had nothing to do with the fight if you go back and watch the tape. It was Devin Haney's lack of defense and the defensive flaws that he's had his whole career, but he finally got in the ring with somebody that was the same size as him, that had faster hands than him, that could punch harder than him, and that had a long enough reach to be able to exploit the flaws that he's always had. Devin has always been fighting fighters much, much smaller than him. Ain't nobody been able to get in the ring with him and exploit all of these defensive flaws like Ryan Garcia did. That's it. So when it comes down to Shakur Stevenson saying that Ryan Garcia cheated and the reasons he gave to why he said Ryan Garcia cheated, I don't agree with it. I can't agree with Shakur on this one. I do not agree with it. But, it's all good. I just have my opinion. He got his opinion. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit my like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. And y'all already know how I do. Tego talking that boxing again. And I'm gone.
Minute, plus I'm rolling sticky. Hit the road with me, only push it to the 50, cruising through your city, super sharp, fresh fitted. Hey.